What's up, crabs? Today, I'm going to be talking about ultraforms. Ultraforms are really expensive. With the 15 dark Catseyes requirement and all the materials, they are a hefty price. But some of them are absolutely worth it, while some of them are trash. So today, I'm going to be ranking them all from worst to best. Before we begin, if you're enjoying this content, please consider subscribing. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of August, so any help with that would be much appreciated. Without further ado, let's get into it. Rider Kenshin is just a really underwhelming unit. Before, in his true form, he has an anti-black niche, but is already quite overshadowed by Bomber Cat, and his ultra form helps a little, and he can do quite a bit of damage thanks to his damage increase and mini wave chance, but unfortunately, I think it's just not worth the cost when you can easily destroy most black enemies with Pizza Cat and Bomber Cat. Nobunaga is also absolutely not worth the price. He gains targeting against Aku enemies and counter surge, as well as increased damage and health. Unfortunately, he doesn't have shield piercer, so you're gonna have to break the Aku shield before you're able to permafreeze them, which basically makes his ability almost useless. So overall, a pretty bad ultra form. Aras ultra form is pretty good and a decently solid investment. They gain the 100% chance to knock back alien enemies, which actually can be pretty good, except it's a little weird because it only affects alien enemies in their long distance range, so it is a bit janky. But overall, Air becomes a very solid generalist sniper with his ultra form, so a decently worthy investment. The Spectral cat gets a huge glow up in her ultra form. She loses her knockback ability, but she gains multi-hit, long distance, strong, 100% chance to slow, and Sage Slayer, which is insane. She becomes a beast of a crowd control unit while also being able to do quite decent damage, which makes fighting red and alien enemies a lot stronger. Overall, a pretty solid unit, but not as impressive as the forms coming up. This is a really weird unit. In her ultra form, she gains Metal Killer, dealing 12% of metal enemies' current HP every hit. This gives her the ability to sort of decimate metal enemies, as well as having the ability to slow metal and angel enemies. This, I don't know. It's a really good unit and decimates metal enemies, but again, just a niche uber, and with ultra forms, you sort of have to be good at a lot of things to make it high up on the list. I haven't seen this unit in action yet, so it could be a lot better or a lot worse than I'm expecting, but I think it's going to actually be quite good. It gains Sage Slayer, a chance to create an explosion, and immunity to explosions, and Omni Strike. The Omni Strike allows him to pierce quite a bit, and the explosion just adds some good damage, and I think he will be really good against that annoying Sage Zombie Ostrich, as well as just becoming even better against zombie enemies, and way more usable against them with his explosion and Omni Strike. So overall, a very solid ultra form, but not that good outside his niche. I bet some of you are a little surprised Villager made it this high up, but here's the thing. He gets a pretty modest improvement, increased wave attack, and Sage Slayer, but he's part of Cheating Heart. So, like now, you get, with Cheating Heart, you get a good Uber and an insane research combo. So, I think the ultra form is absolutely worth getting, especially if you use Cheating Heart a lot. This guy's ultra form is quite impressive. The most notable changes is a reduction in pretty much everything that made him clunky to use. Attack frequency, attack animation, and recharge time. He also gets immune to knockback for some reason. But these changes, they look small, but they make him so much easier to use, and he just becomes a beast against red and zombie enemies. So, if you're struggling against them, consider getting this ultra form. I love this ultra form so much, and I might be a little biased, but it's just amazing. he just gains increased stats and a 100% chance to weaken alien enemies. This is crazy because it sort of doubles his health with the health increase and the chance to weaken. So he just becomes an absolute beast against alien enemies, and you can basically spam him. So it's just an insane ultra form against alien enemies. So very cool. This might be surprisingly high up on the list, but she just decimates metal enemies, reducing their pushing power to almost nothing. Metal enemies are such an annoying trait, so basically making metal enemies irrelevant makes it very high up on the list for me. With Cats in the Stroller, you turn a already good unit into an even better unit. The main changes is increased Pierce with an increased wave attack and a Omni Strike. These changes are very small, but that's because the unit was already so good. So it's a solid ultra form and a great generalist unit, but he was already good beforehand, so he just becomes even better. Dioramas just gains increased everything and becomes a ridiculous generalist unit and is able to make a lot of stages a lot easier. And I think he's one of the best Ubers in the game in his ultra form. He also becomes a beast of a crowd controller against angel and alien enemies, being able to knock back and slow them and break barriers. So overall, an extremely good ultra form because he just becomes a beast of a generalist unit, but not quite as good as our number one spot. Okay, so I know I hate on Cosmo a lot, but I have to admit, his ultra form is absolutely ridiculous. They gain a level 10 wave attack and Omni Strike and some other minor changes. And in this form, it's just insane. The amount of damage he can do at basically an insane range, being able to cover the entire field, is insane. And like, who thought of a level 10 wave attack? It's just ridiculous. If you have this unit, ultra form him immediately. He might just be one of the best Ubers in the game. I hope you enjoyed that list. Remember, these are my opinions, so feel free to disagree. What is your favorite ultra form unit? Cause I don't even know. I think Bora is amazing. Anyway, consider subscribing if you enjoyed the content. Bye!